Picture this, Northern California last year, we had disastrous bushfires ravaging through the community, 20,000 homes destroyed, and the city is really struggling with grasping the extent of the situation, hundreds of people dying, and fire and police really struggling to get an operational overview of what's going on fast. We were there. We sent in 60 drones with DJI and got a very fast understanding of the extent of the disaster. We took live drone footage and we analyzed it with AI algorithms within seconds, providing the field personnel with the insights that they need to understand where the disaster struck, where the burned structures were, which houses were affected, to what degree the houses were affected, and where they had to direct the relief efforts. The command center was able to respond fast and get the communities back on their feet within days rather than months. This is just one example of how we take out the noise and provide infrastructure companies, enterprises, and governments very much the insights that they need to act on the data fast. We take out the noise, we notify the responsible decision makers to respond to those situations. We visualize data trends, we predict issues, and we reduce operational costs, planning, maintenance, and responding to emergencies. We do this through an edge-to-cloud compute environment. We run AWS. We power all of this with NVIDIA, our acceleration partner. We task servers on demand, depending on the video streams that come in, and we store all of the footage in a secure library that is accessible via any mobile phone and any web browser without any installation required on the premise. This enables massive scale and rollout very quickly to outsourced suppliers or to the operational units in the field to be able to access this data securely. The example that I provided was in emergency services, but our solution runs across 5 key verticals: emergency services, infrastructure, where we provide detailed analysis of solar and wind farms based on AI algorithms to identify faults for those large-scale infrastructures so that the maintenance can be done faster and more efficiently. We provide clarity on pipeline leaks with methane detection AI. We provide safety envelopes for construction sites where we can identify encroachment of people or vegetation onto those construction sites. And for smart cities, we can take the CCTV camera and analyze the traffic and the people congestion in real time to enable response in the city faster. Now, one of the challenges that AI has is to scale efficiently with custom algorithms. You have, on the one side, enterprise customers that have very specific needs, and on the other side, you have brilliant AI engineers. However, you need an architecture, which is Unleash Live, to bring the demand and the supply together. So we have an AI app store where any AI model, be it on TensorFlow, MXNet, Keras, OpenCV, can be plugged in and deployed to the enterprise segments, which I just talked about earlier. So we are an enabler, a glue between the data sets that the enterprises have and the AI engineers that are the brains and the smarts to actually solve those significant industry challenges. We are in market and traction is growing through our ecosystem. Here are some examples. We work in Australia with New South Wales Fire. We work in San Francisco with San Francisco Police Department, Sacramento with their emergency teams, but also with oil and gas and energy and power companies. We are very focused on building strategic partnerships to enable this architecture. DJI drones or Verizon, the network provider, to provide us capacity to stream and to analyze the data very quickly. Let me finish off with giving two very specific examples on how important this architecture is to enable scale for maintenance. One product that we recently launched on Unleash Live is Energy Power. Energy Power enables to inspect power lines and identify the assets and the state of the assets on those power lines so that the maintenance crews can do their work more effectively and to create a digital passport of those assets. So we can catalog the arresters and the insulators with machine learning and geo-reference all of those assets and then run an algorithm to see whether these arresters and insulators are faulty or are in a good state and don't need attention. This has massive implications. Just as an example, PG&E, the Californian power company, has 106,000 miles of power lines, and they need to inspect those power lines manually at the moment. And the requirement from the Environmental Protection Agency is to inspect those within the next 24 months. So you can see what human labor and what cost is involved to get this job done. The next example is some work we do with the city of Sacramento, where we tap into their smart city program, and we analyze the traffic and the people footprints to, in real time, respond to congestion and safety and security concerns. This is just a glimpse of how we improve the operational cost of large-scale infrastructure, be it in cities or enterprise. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Unleash Live. I'll take that. Thank you. All right, that concludes our Diplomat Roundtable. Thank you so much for joining us. I would love to give another round of applause to our panelists.